everyone, my name is Melanie Tree. I am 19 years old and I want to talk to you guys about human trafficking and the most common misconceptions I always get about human trafficking, because I don't see anyone else talking about it outside of the sphere. Like, there's a lot of political influencers that like to talk about human trafficking, about especially with the borders, but they don't really dive into human trafficking itself. So I kind of want to be that person for you guys. I want to make this channel, this podcast, the Talking Out Loud podcast and YouTube channel, just specifically talking about human trafficking because it is the world's biggest issue right now, and it's more specifically America's biggest issue, but no one talks about it and it's really aggravating. Okay, so this is me editing the video right now so you guys can see it. It's Tuesday, it's a day later. And I failed to mention that it was Ross Kemp that said that there is more modern slavery than compared to when it was legal because of human trafficking. That includes labor trafficking and sex trafficking as well, so just so you know. And it's not a left issue and it's not a right issue, it's a humankind issue, and it's everywhere, every single country, every single city, every single state, every single county. It's everywhere, but no one's really talking about it. And if you're talking about it, you're usually viewed as this right-winger conspiracy theorist, when reality it's just a humankind issue. It's a multi-billion-dollar issue that's going on everywhere, and it's really frustrating to me because I've been studying this for years, and I'm like, okay, people are sort of starting to talk about it, but also at the same time they're not. They're making it seem like it's just this Spanish country's issue when it's an American issue, and it's really frustrating because America is the biggest buyer for this material that's getting spread all over the world, and more specifically in America. And I'm so sick and tired of people just blaming the Spanish countries. It's not their fault. It happens there, but it happens more in America. America is the leading problem of it because we're the biggest buyer. So if you take away the need, the source, then no one's going to be selling these young kids, these women, to these sick pedophiles that are willing to buy kids and these girls and these women. So I want to talk about this, and I want to dive deep into the most common misconceptions as the first video. So as we're going into this, as I'm posting more regularly, I'm promising that I will post regularly about this because I can talk about this for hours and hours and hours and hours, because I am very passionate about ending this industry. In my generation, I'm a Generation Z, so I want Gen Alpha and the future generation to not have to worry about this huge issue. So these experts that say the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Operation Underground Railroad, and all these sheriff counties talk about, okay, the biggest way to help end human trafficking is to talk about it. So I want this channel to be the one talking about it so other people can be more informed. Because there's a couple people out there, like the Marisol Nichols podcast, which I will talk later on about, that are talking about it. But it's not hitting my generation, Gen Z, because it doesn't catch their attention within a second, which is really frustrating. So I really want this to catch my generation's attention, and I want the left and the right and the center and all the other political parties to be talking about this and addressing this issue specifically, because I think if we all work together, we can solve this within this generation, and I'm that passionate about it. I don't care if you're left, I don't care if you're right, I don't care if you're center, I don't care what race you are, I don't care. I literally don't. I just want this issue to be solved, because I'm an abolitionist and I believe that no one should be for sale. That should be something that everyone agrees on, that no one should be sold. And we're also talking about labor trafficking, okay? A lot of people don't talk about labor trafficking, and that is also a big issue. And labor trafficking, if you don't know, is people working but they're hardly getting paid, or they're not being paid at all, or they're being forced physically, mentally, verbally being abused to stay there, and they can't go. And there are stories of people going on LinkedIn and then they're like, oh, this is like such a cool job. They can work in like a different state or a different country, and then when they arrive there, they get their visa stripped, their ID stripped. They can't escape because they don't have proof that they're like an American citizen and they don't belong in this country that they are formerly working at. So I want to talk about this. I'm mainly going to focus more on human trafficking, like sex trafficking, but labor trafficking is a huge issue, and I want no one to be trafficked and to be abused, especially physically, sexually, all of those things, especially little kids. I am a fierce protector of little children because little children should just have a fun time growing up. So the biggest thing that people always get wrong is that it is a foreign issue, that it just happens in the Spanish countries and it doesn't happen in America. Actually, like I said earlier, America is the biggest buyer of the child abuse material, buying these children, buying these women for their bodies. It's actually America, and it's really sickening that the greatest country there ever is also the country that consumes so much of this. And it's heartbreaking because I am a fierce patriot. I love my country. I'm thankful for my grandpa, my great-grandpa, and my great-great-grandpa for being soldiers and fighting for this country. And you're just like, Melanie, you literally have stuffed animals behind you, and you have Taylor Swift on your wall. What makes you think that you can just talk about this? I've been researching this for years, ever since I was in high school. And I'm a sophomore turning into a junior next semester in college. So I've spent a long time researching this. And if you can just go look up Operational Underground Railroad, go look up for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, you can look up the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, you can find the same exact information that I am. You can do a simple Google search, and you can find out that, yeah, America is the biggest buyer of this material. And we need to address that, and we need to fix that, because I have talked to so many people. I have given presentations about human trafficking, child sexual abuse material, CSAM, to multiple people, and they all think that it's a foreign issue, and they don't realize that it's an American issue. America is the biggest buyer. So even if you want to think, okay, so America is the biggest buyer, then who's producing all this? America and also foreign countries, because they can get a couple $100 at one country or $50, but if they sell these kids in America, they're going to get twice, 3 times that. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, guys. Tim Ballard has said, you can sell drugs once, but you can sell a girl up to 15 times a day. And that is the average of a child and a woman being sold every single day in human trafficking. The average is 15. Someone is buying them multiple times a day. Multiple times. Next thing that people think is that it can't happen to them. My county is very safe. My city is very safe. It's a small county. It's a small city. No one's gonna be selling these kids, these women here. Actually, they can. And they get to your kids virtually now. It's not just this random guy that's coming around in a white van stealing these kids. Now that does happen, but it's more likely to happen online now, through social media, through Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, and also Discord. They can get your kids online through social media and also through Roblox as well. Just these simple games that you think, okay, my kid's playing Roblox, it should be safe. No, it's not. I think the percentage is by the time the kid turns 16, they have been introduced by a creepy guy 100%. The time your kid turns 16, there's a 100% chance that someone actually has contacted them through online, but your child just hasn't told you. Think about that. It's happened to me. I think I was like 14 when someone tried to contact me online and also sent me a new picture of themselves. That was like 5 years ago, guys. I'm 19. Okay, yeah. Like 5 years ago. It's happened to your kid and they don't tell you. So like, oh, my parents don't want to talk about this. It's kind of this voodoo topic, talking about these sort of subjects, talking about reproduction and all those things. It's like voodoo. I don't want to talk about it. I already deleted it. There's no point talking to my mom and dad about this. They're going to think I actually went on some sketchy website and it's my fault, and they're going to take away my phone, and I don't want my phone taken away. They just don't tell their parents. And that's exactly what happens. They're afraid of having their social media stripped, and that's why they don't talk about these issues to their parents. I don't blame them. Like, there's been several times that I have encountered my siblings and myself and be like, okay, I don't really want to talk about this because my phone could be taken away. It's not that big of a deal, when actually it really is. And you should open up to your children. You're like, why am I taking advice from a 19-year-old when you're like a 40-year-old or a 30-year-old already raising tons of kids, so you have lots more experience? Well, I'm the oldest child. I kind of have experience, but I never actually birthed a human being. But you should make this an open topic. You should make, okay, you can tell me anything and I won't punch you. Like, you should be having an open line of communication with your kids so they can feel safe talking about this. So the first right, I know it's like a generational thing where you think, okay, that's kind of how it was for me when I was a kid. I got my favorite thing taken away and that was the righteous punishment. And I don't blame you. In some cases, the phone should be taken away. But the vast majority of kids that have experienced this have experienced sextortion, which I'll dive deeper into. Sextortion is they don't tell their parents because they're afraid that they will be punished. That's why they don't tell it, and that's why a lot of parents find their kids hurting themselves. They find their kids having these erratic mood changes and they don't understand why, so they're just trying to dig deep into this and they're yelling and they're frustrated because they see that their kid is in pain but they don't understand what's going on, and the kid just doesn't want to talk about it because they feel so much shame, and it's just the cycle, and it makes the predator grow closer to your child because your child is forcing it away from you. As parents, they're forcing them away from you, so they're closer to this pedophile, and the pedophile has stronger grips. Now, sextortion is when like your child friend has friends online, at least they claim to be the friend, or this lover that they have online, at least they claim to be their lover, and then they send a new picture of themselves, right, to this lover that they think is their lover. And then this lover, the pedophile, holds this against the child. They're like, okay, I have this picture of you now. They flip the script so fast because they already know that they already got them in their grasp. And they're like, I have this picture of now. If you don't send me more pictures, if you don't send me more money, if you don't visit me here, I will send this picture to your family, or I'll send this all over to your school, and they're all going to make fun of you, and you're going to be so ashamed. And these kids are living in this shame cycle. And sextortion, I believe it's gone up 149% since last year, so it's growing drastically. This is not some issue that is foreign. This is not some issue that you think it's not going to happen. It rose 149% from last year, if I'm remembering correctly. That is an astronomical percentage rise, guys. It's not some issue that you think is not going to happen to you and to your family. It's probably going to happen at least to one of your kids. And your parents, you just don't know what's going on because this media, the posts that Thorne and Nick Mick have been going, they don't normally reach these parents And the counties, the sheriff counties, they don't really talk about it, and if they do, then parents just scroll past because they're trying to figure out what their mom has been doing, what their aunt has been doing, what their loved ones are doing, and they just don't know. And that's what I'm trying to reach to you guys, so you can know. And if this is happening to you, if you are experiencing extortion, you can have it be taken down for free on NCMEC. You just have to, I don't even think you have to verbally communicate to them. You can just type in a couple of pieces of your information, like your username and the day that it's happening and the username of the person that's holding this accountable to you. And you can do this for free. And they will make sure that it is scrubbed off so no one can find out. So if you are experiencing this or your loved one, you could just go to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I think it's .org. You don't even have to type it. You can just type NCMEC, NCMEC.org, and it'll pop up. And I think it's one of the first browsers, like the first banners that pop up. And you can go there. And I'll have this link down below, so you don't have to continuously search. I will have this link down so you guys can find out, so you guys can follow NCMEC, and you can be just as informed as me on the things that are happening every single day. The third thing that I encounter a lot is that no one wants to talk about it because it's too dark. And I understand that. There's a lot of things that's going on. There's rumors of wars. There's so much political uprising. There's a lot of things that are happening to you with your family life. Like, I get it. There's just a lot of things that are overwhelming, and that's why I'm trying to communicate to you. And I also have a great resource for you to also follow, and she keeps it very light. She'll probably keep it lighter than I ever would, okay? And that's Marisol Nichols. You may recognize the name. She was a famous actress on Riverdale, I believe, and she has this website. She has this podcast that you can listen to. She is a very frequent uploader. I think she uploads like once a week, and I also get my information through her because she has more connections than I ever will, because like she's super cool. She's like famous. Come on, guys. And you can even follow her on TikTok, and you guys can get a little spice up of her day to day. You can follow her on Instagram too. And this is a free promo. Free promo. I genuinely respect the work that she does. She is an amazing woman, and you guys can listen to her podcast, because I know, like, if you're a busy mom, if you're a busy college student like me, you don't have a whole lot of time. So you can just listen to a podcast. I'm doing this on a podcast too. It's just called the same thing, Speaking Out Loud. You can listen to this, and I totally get it. It's dark. You're hearing about all these terrible things that are happening to all these kids, to these women, and it makes you really sad, but it's reality, and I know that's quite hard to take, and you may also be offended by that, but it is reality, and it's happening all the time. It's happening every single day, and we need to be aware of this issue so we can fight against this, so we can be these advocates for your own kids, for your siblings, for your future kids, for kids that you're working with every single day. If you're a teacher, like, we need to be advocates. We need to be aware. We need to see the signs of what is happening so you can be better equipped to if it does happen to you, if it does happen to your kid. It's gotten to this point where you just can't avoid it. Like I said, with the CSAM, child sexual abuse material, it's risen over 100%. You have to be aware, and I know it's too dark, and I'm going to try my best not to make it as dark so it can be consumed in small amounts, because I've been learning this for such a long time that I can be kind of numb to it. I just have years and years of experience, and I'm very passionate about this, and because of this passion I am fueled up. I just get more fired up, and I want to go, and I want to go, and I want to go, and that's why I'm making this, so it can reach to you guys, so you guys can be aware, because I have to reach you through social media, because that's the main way that people get their information out. What I'm doing, I want you guys to be aware, and I know it can be dark, We have to face this because it is reality, and it could happen to you. Okay, it's not something you can just push off and hope for the best, because it really can happen to you. The fifth thing that I get all the time is that they just say that I don't have enough resources to learn about this. There's not enough resources out there. Okay, guys, I have a challenge for you right now, and I will even have the links down below. Okay, number one, follow the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children on Instagram or on TikTok, or even better, bonus points, both. Okay? Next thing I want you to do is follow the Marisol Nichols podcast. Okay? She uploads like once a week. You guys can handle this once a week, guys. Once a week. And even better, you could subscribe to this channel. Find me on TikTok, and find me on Instagram, and you can find me on YouTube, because you're clearly watching it right now. Subscribe. I will be very frequent with this because I definitely care about this issue. It's very powerful. Next thing is a county that I absolutely admire, and it's the Genesee County Sheriff's Office. They do an amazing job, and you can be certified through their GHOST program, and you just have to watch like 2 1-hour videos, and they have tons of resources for you, and they have it in PDF so you can look through and you can be aware and you can be certified of how to look out for these signs for free. Literally, guys, it's for free. If you have a weekend where you have free time, like I did, you can be certified. And they'll give you like a little thing so you can display it and show that you know the signs of if a kid or if a person is going through human trafficking, and you know the best way to go about it, and you know the best questions, and you're just more aware of what is going on, so you can look out and protect your own children, you can protect your siblings, you can protect your loved ones, okay? And literally, just Google it, just YouTube it. There are tons of awesome documentaries on YouTube, and I watch it. Like, come on, guys. You can literally Google it. You can look up in your county, in your city, and this is not to make you afraid, but to make you more aware so you can prevent it from happening to your own kids, okay? Guys, I grew up in a small city, and like a couple months ago, a ring was broken, and there were 17 girls in my small city. 17 girls were being exploited in my tiny little city in California. 17. They probably went to the same high school that I went to, and I just had no idea. I graduated a long time ago, guys, and I could have known them. I could have seen their faces walking around, and I would have had no idea. So you can look it up, and I bet your county also has something going on, and they also have warning signs. I know mine does. Look it up, and you can follow your own sheriff's county, and I bet they have things that they know is happening specifically in your county, in your city, and in your state. So you can look at what's happening to your state. Like, the common trend is what is going on inside your state, so you can be more aware. So you can protect yourself, you can protect your kids, you can protect your loved ones, you can protect your friends. You can just Google it, or you can just YouTube it. And they may even have a YouTube channel, your Sheriff County. Like, oh my gosh, that is so cringe, following your like police county YouTube channel, and their videos are probably very cringe, but it's insightful, and you can protect your loved ones, and you can protect yourself, because it is so important, because it's happening more, and it's happening more, and it's happening even more than you can even realize. So you guys cannot just bury your head in the sands any longer. I kept on waiting for a political influencer, for anyone really, to just start talking about this. Like I am right now, sitting in my dorm room right now with my stuffed animals and my Taylor Swift posters on the wall as a 19-year-old girl, because I'm don't notice anyone else really doing this to reach my generation specifically. And I got sick and tired of it. I'm like, okay, if no one else is going to do it, then I am. And honestly, I don't care if I say something that rubs you up the wrong way, because clearly it needed to be said. And I will not tolerate any hate comments, because some victims may be rolling upon my video and wanting to be advocates themselves, and I hope that I grow enough that we can talk to them one-on-one. And I don't want them seeing any of these hate comments, so just a fair warning, I will delete them. Because I do not want someone to feel like they're reliving the worst moment of their life because they saw something stupid that you put because you thought no one would find out. Because you thought you could just be a little freaking prick to someone, okay? I'm not going to tolerate it, and you're not going to hurt my feelings. I have really tough skin. I grew up in freaking California, guys. And I was like, oh yeah. I had different ideas than everyone else, so I got picked up on a lot, and I got death threats. I grew tough skin in high school. You're not gonna scare me off. I'm very passionate about this issue, and I want to help solve this issue. And the best way that I've seen from the true experts compared to this 19-year-old girl that just researches a lot is that people just need to talk about it. And you guys can also follow Operation Underground Railroad. I guess they're controversial. Okay, if you guys think they're controversial trying to save kids, then you need to grow up. Truly, you just need to grow up. They're not controversial at all. They're trying to literally save kids. Okay? So, there are my challenges. I will have all of these social media tags down below, and I also have the National Center for Missing Exploited Children, because if you do know someone that is being exploited or you are being exploited yourself, these are the best people you can call. Maybe it's 24/7 and you can call them, and you can even be in a foreign country, you can still call them, and they will find resources to help you out, because these guys are truly amazing. They will help you out. I guess free promo for the National for Missing Exploited Children, because I absolutely adore them and I want to work with them. So I guess I'm a little bit biased, but how can you be biased towards the National for Missing Exploited Children? They are literally a powerhouse. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends, with your loved ones, so they can be aware of what is going on as well. And if you like and subscribe and you hit that little bell and you click all, you will be notified whenever I release a video. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about on Friday, but I will upload a video on Friday. I'm thinking Mondays and Fridays. So stick around for Friday, and I also will convert this into a podcast so you can listen to if you're on the road a lot, or if you're just super busy and you can't just sit down and watch a YouTube video for 31 minutes. So thank you guys so much, and please leave me your suggestions. Please leave me your thoughts, your ideas. Comments really do boost the video, and I also genuinely just want to hear from you, like what's your experience? Have you seen anything that's going on? Your thoughts, good thoughts, because I don't want victims reliving the worst moment of their lives. I'm always open for constructive criticism. There we go. Truly just want you guys to be aware of what is going on and not bury your head in the sand. Please just let me know what you're thinking, your thoughts. I will read all of them. I like reading comments. This is the first video for Speaking Out Loud channel. You guys all are going to have an awesome, fantastic day, because you truly deserve it, especially if you're reading this, and if you're watching this, and if you're listening to this. You truly want to be aware, and you want to be a better advocate, and I applaud you for that. Thank you for watching or listening to this video. Have an awesome day.